Big talk, bigger fails. These fighters came to the ring full of confidence, trash talk and intimidation, only to get absolutely demolished in ways you won't believe. In this video we're taking a look at some epic cases where overconfident fighters got exactly what they deserved. But before we dive in, hit that like and subscribe button. Shout out to everyone who's already doing it. Alright, let's go. Let's start with the fight between Omar Khan and Batrad's Gazaev. During the face-off, Gazaev placed his hands on Omar's neck, violating one of the fundamental rules of face-offs. You don't touch another fighter's face or neck. However, once the fight started, Gazaev's aggressive energy faded quickly. After he failed to take Omar down, it became clear that he realized this was going to be a long and difficult night for him.
Street team looking for a single leg. Rugbrug avoids an uppercut from Rugbrug. Another uppercut from the stomach lead. Gazaev momentarily. Rugbrug's got a great little fireman's carry here. Let's see if he goes over the top. Oh, athleticism. That prediction is now out the window. High kick from Rugbrug. How do you do?
He could find a home for that, but Omar Khan's doing a good job at defending so far.
By the second round, Omar had completely taken control of the fight, shutting Gazaev down and teaching him lesson in humility he won't soon forget.
As he continues to clutch onto this single leg. But what does he do with the dragon? What should he do with it?
He's trying to suck the knee in, which he's got, but he's got to turn the corner.
The chest of Gazaev. Some more ground and pound now from Rugbrug. Gazaev in a whole lot of bother. Hammer fist raining down. Huerta may stop it if Gazaev doesn't defend. And he does stop it.
Next up, the bare knuckle fight between Mike Perry and Luke Rockhold. Before the fight, Rockhold came across as the perfect example of an overconfident fighter. He talked a lot of trash and was highly provocative during the face-offs, clearly trying to get under Perry's skin.
You know, watch, every time a motherfucker comes at me, Mike's got to come at me.
Market Cypher.
I'm going to slice him up. He's going to get desperate. He's going to fucking warrior, and he's going to go for broke, and then I'm going to put him face down, ass up.
Your BKFC 41 main event, Mike Perry and Luke Rockhold.
But once the fight began, and it was time to back up all that talk, Rockhold started to fade in the very first round. Perry's pressure and power quickly changed the tone of the matchup.
Rockhold coming forward on the center circle.
That chin is right up in the air.
Down, stiff left hand right back from Mike Perry.
His legs are not all the way there.
Big left hand lands from Luke Rockhold. Perry walking through it, another left hand.
By the second round, after Mike continued his savagery, Rockhold had had enough. It became clear that survival, not dominance, was now the priority.
It's gone round two. Good left hand from Rockhold. Right hand right back from Mike Perry. Right to the body, another right to the body from Mike Perry. Perry on the entry overhand left. Right hand clubbing now to the body goes Mike Perry. Rockhold claiming he was punched low, fight on. Instructs referee Dan Mergliata. Perry more to the body with the hooks.
Right, no strikes, no strikes.
Over the neck throws the immediate separation. Rockhold taking out his mouthpiece. Talking referee Dan Mergliata. Mergliata ends his fight.
Let's move on to the fight between Ricardo Mayorga and Shane Mosley. Mayorga, known for his disrespectful antics, talked a lot of trash and acted completely wild during the face-offs.
Oh, come on, man. Smoke in his face, man. Come on, that's bad. Come on, man. It's an athlete. Come on, man. What's wrong with you, man? Fuck wrong with you? It's an athlete, man. You don't do that.
You want this? Pelea entonces, pelea. You want this? No guante, dame los guantes sin guante. Voy a noquear rápido, en menos de un minuto te voy a noquear. Come on. Dame a mí. Come on. Dame a mí, entonces, dame a mí. Dame pelear. Yo te voy a pagar aquí de gratis.
Despite all the bravado, he did bring real heat into the ring. The two battled into the championship rounds, with Mayorga even taunting Mosley despite being consistently outstruck.
Most effective punch has been landing in the whole fight, and that's been the Shane Moses straight right hand. I mean, because he knows he's not a big puncher, and even his right hand is he lands it, but he's not a power puncher, but he's baiting, and that's exactly what Shane is doing too. He's fortunate Shane is not a super big puncher, and in fact, large, he can take those punches. But Shane is giving him everything he wants. He wants more, he's giving him more.
Left hook by Mosley. Says, oh, hit me again. And Mosley hits him twice with the left hook to the head and the body and busts him with the right cross.
In the 12th round, Mosley finally proved his point. As for Mayorga, he proved only that maybe he shouldn't have smoked so many of those cigarettes before the fight.
The man who's now the top welterweight in the world, Antonio Margarito. It's hard to tell.
Fight, he doesn't do anything unusual, but he's just so
right hand by
consistent.
Mosley. Whipsaws Mayorga with another right hand.
For something dramatic to happen here.
Just as he did against Oscar De La Hoya 8 years ago. Scintillating, fighting down the stretch of the fight by Shane Mosley. A brilliant 12th round. So it took a while, but Shane Mosley came up with some of that old 12th round magic. And he knocked him down again to finish the fight.
And it's a knockout.
Up from the knockdown, and Shane Mosley walks in and says, "Eat this."
Next, Mark Abelardo vs Shinigara Zultk. Zultk went full douchebag in this one. Right from the very first second of the fight, he started taunting Abelardo in the most annoying way possible.
He might be able to use that. He's showboating right now in the middle of the ring.
We're going to simplify Shinchek's name and we'll just call him Shine from this point on because, wow, he's putting on, look at these angles, look at him taunting.
Not looking so comfortable to be there, but doing too much showboating. He's caught that leg though, and he's quite happy to rolling forward to get Mark to the mat.
Stand up, kick away, kick out at him.
Corner's asking him to stand up.
All that circus energy faded pretty quickly once Mark secured a successful takedown and started beating the crap out of him.
Yes, Mark! They're landing, Mark!
Wow.
2 hands free.
Shine's just trying to avoid the damage. We haven't gotten a stand-up at this point. Mark Abelardo's now he's starting to let go of the ground and pound.
There's some blood. Elbow's been throwing in. Mark's corner telling him to continue working. Those elbows are going. Mark is now very comfortable, which he wasn't so much earlier.
Holding them in the same position and letting them tee off on you. You've got to open up your guard. You've got to start threatening submissions. The referee, Camp Chang, has waved it off, and another huge win from Mark Abelardo.
Next up, Melvin Manhof vs Bob Shriber. During the pre-fight face-off, Bob went in for a respectful fist bump, but Melvin wasn't having it.
Once again, gives him the hand, and he doesn't want to do it. Well, the tone is set for this fight.
The disbelief on Bob's face was painful to watch, like he was thinking, I can't believe you chose this path. At the start of the fight, the elite striker Manhof did a great job defending takedowns and landing damaging shots.
High kick by Manhof, who is now really showing that he means business. Obviously, we expected this to happen. The explosion of the fast fury of Manhof now going full out. Problems there for Bob Shriber, who is on the receiving end of kicks and punches. Once again, Shriber tries to go for the legs of Manhof, but Manhof much too fast. It's all Melvin Manhof. Once again, a heavy blow to the head of Bob Shriber. Kicks. Shriber moving forward.
But as the fight wore on, Bob's relentless pressure and sheer will to win began to shift the momentum fast.
This is where Shriber must fight. That's maybe a possibility. Throwing him to the floor, and now he can use his weight, punching him in the face. Of course, you can see that Manhof doesn't really know how to handle this situation. He's only protecting his face without really trying to neutralize the hands that are punching. Full power blows to the head. Full power blows, and there's no answer coming there, and he's almost unconscious. I think there's a big problem there. It's out, it's over. Punches raining down on the face of Melvin Manhof, and there you can see that it looks like Melvin Manhof is out.
Next up, Alexander Pavetkin vs Manuel Char. Pavetkin, as always, came out cold and composed. Char, on the other hand, started taunting him early and kept it up through the opening rounds. He even went after Pavetkin after the bell between rounds, trying to rattle him and gain a psychological edge. But by the 6th round, the tone had completely changed. The bravado was gone. Char was all business now, because Pavetkin's brutal, straight shots were flying toward his face, and the reality of the fight had set in. Let's move on to the fight between Magno Alves and Bukang Masunay. Alves came into the face-off extremely aggressive, sticking his fist right up in BK's face and trying to set the tone before the fight even began. But once the cage door closed, it was a completely different story. This Brazilian Popeye must have forgotten his spinach after that intense stare-down, because Masunay took over. From the striking exchanges to the grappling, BK dominated the fight, controlling the pace and outclassing Alves across the board.
Deep rounds, no problem. He throws that left hook a lot. Good job, BK. BK. Short notice, Popeye Alves gets to his feet. Popeye Alves. Side kick. Takes a step to the head. Popeye is feeling it right now. You can see him take.
Of your winner by unanimous decision, Bukang Little Giant Masunay!
Next up, Andrei Mikhailovich versus Alex Hanan. Alex went into this fight showing complete disrespect toward Andrei, making it clear during the pre-fight face-off.
Fighters to the center ring, please, for referee John Couchy's instructions.
Stop. Let me talk, okay? Want a good, clean fight, okay? You know all the rules? Obey them all the time. Touch gloves and let's get it on, boy. Listen, mate, don't do that again. Don't get disqualified, you understand?
Okay, so that is certainly not in the spirit of what we're doing here from Alex Hanan. Let's see how Andrei Mikhailovich...
The funniest part, that punch to the stomach during the stare-down might have been the hardest shot Alex landed all night. Once the fight started, Andrei completely outclassed him, sealing the deal within 2 rounds.
And the left hook again, and Hanan got through with 1-2. 30 seconds nice jab. In round 1. Hanan jabbing nicely.
Right, boys!
Good hook there from Mikhailovich, and down goes Hanan. Massive left hook from Andre back with interest in round number 2. Let's see how Hanan responds. Hanan found him on the way in. This is with his right hand and works, and there's the hook again, and he goes again. He wobbles back up.
35 seconds to finish.
And he takes another shot and more. And here they come, and there's the stoppage. Oh, what a shot it was. Oh. And he took a couple on the way down there. Here he goes, pouring in the pressure. Plenty of shots. And John Couchy said that'll do.
You've been hit by a smooth criminal.
On to the next one, Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev. Kubrat, especially early in the fight, seemed to completely downplay Anthony's power. He was smiling and even laughing as Joshua began landing shots. But after a few brutal punches connected cleanly, that smirk was almost completely wiped off his face.
Looking for that lead left hook with Joshua.
Big right hand from Joshua in the 3rd round, and Pulev took that, but he was hurt by Joshua, and there's plenty of time in the round. Big uppercut from Joshua, beautiful punches from Anthony Joshua. All at sea, and the referee goes in. It was a temple shot that started the problems against Vladimir Klitschko, of course, and had to sort of reset himself, Joshua, but what a heart.
In the later rounds, Joshua finished the job in devastating fashion.
Warrior. What a good... Good uppercut from Joshua, and that one really hurt Kubrat Pulev. Joshua let him off the hook. Big shots. And that is it. Dragging himself up. And he's getting a lot of respect from the crowd.
Which are recovered in the third round, but that was a shot there.
Another fighter who was clearly feeling himself a bit too much was Roger Huerta in his fight with Koji Ando. In the first round, Roger looked almost too relaxed, smiling and vibing as if he was certain he'd take the fight with ease.
There he is again, landing on the left hand.
Still smiling, Roger Huerta. Oh, a couple of big punches from Huerta there.
He's definitely added a new element to his game. This is Roger Huerta 2.0.
Right hand landed right on the button there, actually. Left hand from Ando, sweeping. Huerta's on one leg and twice Ando's tried to sweep it away. Will he have a third attempt at it? Holding on to that left leg, drops it, and then cuffs Huerta with a right hand. Come on then, says Roger. Give me some more. He is enjoying this. Are we seeing a different Roger Huerta than what we've seen so many times in the past? He's loving this game.
But as the rounds went on, it became clear that Koji was no walk in the park. He landed the harder shots and controlled much of the action.
Just swelling underneath the eye there. Big heavy punch comes in there.
He's going to be able to figure out him and dial it in. But he's rocked a little bit
from Ando, and it caught Huerta, and he's in a bit of trouble. Body as well, left hand, right hand from Ando. Huerta's definitely in trouble, takes a big right hand, back to the cage. Ando's unloading, Huerta is throwing punches back though. The Japanese well on top. It's all Huerta can do to fight off this man now. It's about mixing it up. This is the brawl of the year right now, but again, Huerta sinks to his knees.
After 3 grueling rounds, Huerta seemed to believe he had done enough to secure the win, but the judges didn't see it that way.
From the blue corner, Koji Ando!
Next up, Alexander Shlemenko versus Curtis Millinder. During the weigh-in face-off, Curtis was aggressively bouncing in front of Shlemenko, like a Tekken character about to unleash a beatdown. In the pre-fight face-off, Millinder even refused the glove touch, clearly trying to send a message.
Hey, he's gonna shoot out now, hey!
But once the fight started, it was a completely different story. Curtis was completely outclassed, and all that savage energy quickly disappeared. Shlemenko took him down with ease and unleashed a brutal beating.
Middle kick. Нога в туловище. Проверил. Пытается остановить, и снова в одну ногу ведет Александр. С ударом, кстати, такая классическая. Как и переводит! И будет тащить. Но он вовремя за свое бедро зацепился. Как и по корпусу тяжелый удар. Еще жесткие удары, плотные, тяжелые. Да, и руку бьет. Все карты на руках, все козыри на руках у Александра Шлеменко, и он этим пользуется пока что. Просто перекрывается, поднимается Кёртис. Да, и снова присаживает Александр обратно. Сник, да, немножко Кёртис. Да, работает сейчас, действует, точнее, не работает. Ну, Кёртис Millinder начинает отвлекать. Начинает добивать, все! Максим Протасов восстанавливает бой!
Let's move on to the fight between Sam Goodman and Mark Schlipes. During the pre-fight build-up, tensions ran high. Mark leaned into aggressive promotion, talking trash and even pushing Sam during the weigh-in face-off. Once the fight began though, Goodman proved he was simply too good for Mark. He controlled the action from the start, began landing clean shots early and systematically broke Mark down within 4 rounds.
On the retreat for a moment, he wheels to his right. Here goes Goodman there. He's hurting. From Sam Goodman, Schlipes comes back. Starting to find Schlipes. Oh, there's a big shot. Big shot from Goodman, who closes in. Schlipes comes back. Good jab there from Goodman. Body shot again.
Body shot and a half, that one. He's on the bike.
Oh, big right hand and a left hook.
Big punches. Can't take too many like that. Beautiful.
He tries to move to Schlipes, but there's a right hand and a big shot again. Goodman closing in. One misses. Sam Goodman, he hurt him again. He turns that left hook around as well, and Goodman,
he stopped it.
He's got it. He's got to stop it.
Next, Amissi Cabella vs Aureo Cruz. Amissi put on quite a spectacle during the weigh-in face-off, clearly trying to get under his opponent's skin. And it worked. Aureo looked genuinely irritated, and understandably so. The fight itself, however, wasn't nearly as dramatic as the stare-down. Cruz took Cabella down with ease, and basically did whatever he wanted from there, dominating the action from start to finish.
Before, and was able to get out of that situation. Let's see if he can do the same again. Right now, eating a lot of right hands.
Yeah, a lot of shots coming in. He's got Cruz mixing it up, going to the body, head. Now he's sticking with the head. He's not going into a carriage. He's giving him warning. He needs to do something. Zikamak and Gale really screaming, it's all over.
There it is. He has to stop it. Cabella had to move.
Next up, Bahadur Jalalov vs Jack Mulaway. Right from the beginning of the fight, Jack came out a bit too cocky.
I think you're seeing a change in the body language of Jalalov. He feels like he's figured out the timing and the distance to land that left hand.
Good left hand of the body there. There's a sharp left hand that staggered him. Up against the ropes now, and he's trying to close the deal right here.
As the fight went on, Jack grew even more overconfident. He started talking to Bahadur, basically telling him, "Come on, let's go. I came for a real fight, not this snooze fest."
Unknown territory for Jalalov. Never been 6 rounds in his professional career. He did say he was ready for 8 rounds.
The two starting to talk. See if this leads to an increase in action.
In what language?
The international language of fight, obviously.
Yeah, that's right.
He said, come on, man.
Yeah.
There's a looping right hand from Mulaway.
Sneaky little left uppercut to the body there.
There was a good left hand, and that could be a knockdown. It is.
But you have to be careful what you wish for. In the final round, Bahadur went full savage mode, and Jack ended up going to sleep.
Good body shot, and drive him goes for the left hand. Started with the body, up with the left hand, that's it.
Yeah, and he finally, well, I think it was also mixed up of, Big Jack. Look at that left hand to the body and then over the top. Big Jack dropped his hands.
On to the next one, Amir Khan vs Phil Greco. This was the biggest fight of Phil's career, and he tried to make the most of it with aggressive promotion. He went hard in the build-up, doing everything he could to get under Amir's skin. But at one point he really crossed the line by bringing up Amir Khan's ex-wife, and that clearly struck a nerve.
That's the best thing you said.
Let's talk about your losses.
Let's talk about losses. Listen, I have fought nothing but world champions. I got beaten by people.
You have to listen. I'm talking. Please listen. Just listen. Just listen to what I'm about to say. After the Canelo loss, you went on a losing streak. Family, wife, then. Wait a minute. Oh, guys, this is not Pakistan versus India. It's not a cricket match. Please. And then you go out and you tweet to the heavyweight champion of the world. What is wrong with you, mate? What is wrong? You go out and you tweet to the heavyweight champion of the world that he can have your leftovers?
The aggression Phil showed before the fight ended up backfiring. Amir came out more than motivated, sharp and explosive from the opening bell, and he starched Phil in the very first round.
He looks right to shot, and he's down in the opening 15 seconds. Reminiscent a little bit of when he took out Dimitri Salita early. Can he do it to Phil Greco? He's all over the place.
Let's get hand speed on him.
And it's all over. Of his world super lightweight title that he won against Andreas Kotelnik. Took Phil Greco 10 rounds. Errol Spence Jr. beat him in 3, but it was a late notice job for Greco.
Next up, Dallas Jacobe vs Mark Caba. At the weigh-in face-off, Caba was clearly getting overly aggressive, while Dallas stayed calm and composed. When the fight started, Caba came out strong. He took Dallas down early and nearly finished him with a rear naked choke.
He's still going for the wrist control. Caba's still got it linked in.
Squeezing the life out of the former champion. Jacobe has to fight. He's been here before.
For a moment it looked like the aggression might pay off, but Dallas survived. After escaping the submission attempt, he completely took over the fight, dominating both on the ground and on the feet, making it clear who the better fighter was that night.
He brings you round number 2. Caba stepping through, wild, that's what he does.
There was a little right uppercut attempt from Dallas Jacobe, Camba's coming back with it. It was more of a tentative explanation than anything else. Oh, decent right by Dallas.
Moment in a fighter like Jacobe where he's thinking, okay, did I make the right decision here?
Nice spinning back elbow.
Should I have come out of retirement?
No, I hear you.
Give him credit where credit's due. The guy's not going to quit. He's not going to go away. We saw him brutalized by Janison Costa, and he never quit.
No, there's no quit in Dallas Jacobe without a doubt. He's taking some hard shots now from Caba.
Biggest win of his career!
Dallas comes back with the right overhand of his own. Wow, he's cutting off the corners, takes a couple of shots, but he's not letting Caba get away with it.
Dallas Jacobe needs to get to round 3 in a very bad way. He needs...
His guard is down. Dallas senses an opportunity to finish the second round strong. Incredible display of fortitude by Dallas Jacobe. Oh my word. But it's Caba who can't get off his stool.
No!
Because what has put an end to this fight?
Oh no!
Is that a victory for Dallas Jacobe?
Your winner by tap out to the verbal submission, Dallas Jacobe!
I'm here with your winner, Dallas Jacobe. Dallas.
Next, Daniel Dubois vs Razvan Coanu. Razvan seemed to mistake a real fight for a fun sparring session. When Daniel came out strong in the first round, Razvan treated it like it was all fun and games, not taking the danger seriously.
He's a little bit negative, too negative at times, but when he does decide to fire back, he can land with some good shots, he can make you think.
Dubois trying to go to work in that corner, in Dubois' own corner.
Then jab to the midriff, then throw that right hand over the top. Just a closure with just the lower of the left hand.
By the second round it was clear, Razvan was outmatched, but he kept taunting and pulling those classic overconfident facial expressions, until eventually he just couldn't keep them up anymore.
Champion who memorably beat Lennox Lewis back in 2001.
Again, lower with the left hand.
And another one. Oh, and he's caught him with the left to the jaw. There's a low one.
There you go, that's a great shot.
If you got it, if that was slowed down, a big punch to the head.
Just see here now, right hand there. Low when they're
on the waistband. It's only on the back.
There was one prior to that, to be fair, John, but here, that's a great shot. And just in case that's not enough.
Was that low?
There you look at that one, right in the button. And that right hand, just on the ears was enough.
Let's move on to the fight between Anthony Joshua and Charles Martin. During the face-to-face talk, Charles was showing clear disrespect toward the rising star Anthony Joshua. He made it obvious he will end the fight with a knockout.
I'm gonna keep on being a champ. So I'm gonna knock him out. Period. I don't need to call no rounds. When I see it, I'm gonna do it.
That's champ talk. I like that.
You in front of me now. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get right over you. I'm gonna step right over you. I walk this earth like a god.
Ironically, it was Joshua who turned the tables, finishing Martin inside just 2 rounds.
All to prepare him for this. And he's southpaw right, look for the left. Got him! Right hand, pouring a breath here. Taking every second, 40 left in this second round. And he's down again! Over! Done! Has a new world heavyweight champion.
Next up, Sebastian Rothman vs Carl Thompson. This was another classic example of an overconfident fighter letting himself get carried away in the ring. Rothman performed well in the first half of the fight, showing it with taunts and facial expressions. But all that energy quickly faded as Carl began to take control.
Rothman hasn't really been bouncing since about round 3. Thompson trying to force it yet again with 20 seconds to go. This is the same position he was in at the end of the last round, and he got caught very badly. As Rothman just suckering him onto it yet again. Good right hand by Thompson. Rothman on a dig. Oh, he's got him! Oh, Rothman's got hurt!
By round 9, Karma had her say. Carl landed a decisive strike that sent Rothman face first to the mat, leaving him no chance to make any more funny faces.
Got the left up just in time. Well, Thompson is absolutely exhausted. It did hurt. Thompson is exhausted. He's tired, and Rothman's really going for him now. Thompson on the ropes, and Rothman has actually stepped back and maybe left him off the hook. I'm not sure Thompson has a great deal left. Richie Davis is having a good look He certainly won't allow Thompson to get himself hurt. He may just survive the end of this run. Oh, what a shot from Thompson! Right hand. He's up in it. He's stopped it. He's stopped it. This is absolutely extraordinary. I thought Rothman was going to stop him. Rothman thought it was all over. He was putting on the pressure. His left hand was far, far too low, and that was a perfect punch. And for Carl Thompson.
Next, Adam Azim vs Rylan Charlton. The older and more experienced Rylan entered the fight with a mindset of grown man versus young buck, thinking he'd show Adam his place in the hierarchy.
Yeah, let's face it, he's young, there's a hell of a lot of pressure on his shoulders. I'm a man, this is man versus boy.
But that man versus boy story quickly turned into a nightmare for Rylan. Adam came out sharp, dominant, and ended up starching him within just 2 rounds.
Get up a tree, hide behind a rock, stand in the tall grass, do something, but stay out in the open, and the right hand comes over the top, and down he goes.
Azim, the journey continues. Another sensational, spiteful performance. Where does that one rank?
Yeah, I knew I had him out there in the first round. You know, the chain told me to calm down, don't look.
Another case where an older veteran wanted to show the younger generation who's in charge occurred in the fight between Anthony Mundine and Jeff Horn. At the weigh-in, Mundine was extremely aggressive, getting in his opponent's face and escalating tensions far beyond normal. However, on fight night, Mundine's energy was nowhere near what it had been at the weigh-in, and he was brutally dismantled by Horn in just 1 round. In the fight between Phil Baroni and Wang Sai, Baroni was extremely disrespectful toward his opponent during the pre-fight build-up, taking his trash talk and antics to the next level.
They call me the New York Badass, I'm Phil Baroni. I don't need to introduce myself, I'm a living legend in this game. I'm the best ever.
Phil Baroni 和他的对手宋克南，给我的感觉 Phil Baroni 就是在他整个的发言中呢。 而宋克南的整个的表情就像另一位陈真。
Baroni came out strong, but Wang gradually began to outwork him, both on the ground and in stand-up exchanges.
By Phil Baroni. He's still down hard body shot. He's still down exactly. I hope the referee doesn't stop this fight. He's made a great counter shot. Great size all over him. Oh, nice knee there by Wang Sai. Oh, he's down. Phil Baroni saves himself. It's a round and pound. Elbows. Elbows by Wang Sai. He's done by good transition. What's Phil Baroni? I think it's going to be over very shortly.
Next, fight between Sonny Bill Williams and Barry Hall. This was another classic case of bullying during the weigh-in face-off, with Hall trying to intimidate his opponent. Unfortunately for Hall, headbutts aren't allowed in boxing, and he was brutally destroyed by Williams in just 1 round.
Sonny Bill probably more the boxer. Hall has been hit, and Hall is down. He's got to hold him. This is a long 70 seconds for Barry Hall. It's a Williams win! Sonny Bill!
is a unit and a tough unit, and for Sonny Bill to drive straight through him